Hello everybody, welcome to the beginner trials guide. We're going to do this on each of the three characters, all in one video, so you don't have to jump around. We're going to have a beginner build that all players can approach, and that should have some success with. The loadouts here shown in this gameplay also shouldn't be super hard to acquire. There may be some options that are more difficult to come by, but I can definitely show some replacements for those weapons if you don't have any. But so today we're going to start on Hunter here. And for Hunter here specifically, this is probably going to be the hardest class. If you're a new Trials player to go flawless in by yourself, especially if you're a solo player. And the reason for that is a lot of the Hunter's abilities are very selfish, and they don't really, they can really easily not contribute to your teammates winning. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use the Stasis Hunter build, the Revenant, and we're going to be super annoying with this build here. So our exotic choice, guys, is going to be Renewal Grasps. This is going to make Dustfield Grenades have a much larger radius, and while people are in the Dustfield Grenade, if you or your teammates are in it, you take less damage, and if your enemies are in it, they'll deal less damage. So this is really easy to get value off of in trials. You can easily plop this on the zone and slow anybody who tries to push it. You can throw it on a res, and people can grab the res and they're slowed. So it's really easy to take advantage of these renewal grasps here, and that's why we're going to pair it with as high of a discipline stat as you can, just so you can start spamming these as much as humanly possible. Subclass wise, another great reason we're going to be playing Stasis Hunter today is Silence and Squall. It's one of the fastest charging supers in the game. No matter how well or bad you are playing in a match, if it's going 4-4 or in like really long games, you should get your super here, guys, especially paired with a really high intellect stat, helping you guys get this super a little bit faster. This is really, really good. This shutdown super can stop basically any super in the game if placed well. It's got a really nice freeze radius, and that tornado can be really good at pushing people away from objectives. We're going to use Gambler's Dodge here because it's going to slow people with our Winter Shroud aspect, and it's also going to give us our shurikens back. And these shurikens are the next key part. You can kind of bank these off walls, and it'll slow people, so you pretty easily get value off this, and it is a range melee too, so if you want to clean somebody up, and let's say your primary isn't reloaded, you can always just chuck a shuriken at them. And the main centerpiece of this build, guys, is going to be the Dustfield Grenade, as I said earlier. So when you place it down on somebody, it's going to slow them, and their weapons aren't going to be able to swap as fast. They're not going to be able to walk as fast. So it's really, really easy to catch people who are stuck in this Dustfield Grenade, especially when we have our aspect here, Touch of Winter. Touch of Winter is going to make the Dustfield Grenade even larger, and it's going to spawn a crystal in the center. So it's really easy to catch someone in the Dustfield Grenade because the radius is so ginormous here. So this Stasis Crystal as well that spawns from Touch of Winter also has a little bit of extra value because we do have this fragment here, Whisper of Shards. So when you break the crystal that spawns from your Dustfield Grenade, guys, you're going to get a boost to your grenade or recharge rate, which is going to let you get your next Dustfield Grenade even faster. So this is how this will help you like loop your grenades more seamlessly throughout trials rounds. You can probably get like 2-3 Dustfield Grenades in a trials round if it goes long enough here. And we're also going to use Whisper of Chains here. So defeating targets while you have Frost Armor has a chance to create a Stasis Shard. A Stasis Shard, if you pick it up, it gives you melee energy, and it's going to be really easy for us to get Frost Armor in here because if you walk into your Dustfield Grenade, Renewal Grasps is going to give us Frost Armor for just simply standing in our Dustfield Grenade. So you can use the Renewal Grasps defensively as well. It's very versatile in that sense as well. So not only does it give us that Stasis Shard, but it also buffs our recovery as well, making the stats on the build a little bit better here. And the next fragment is probably the most important, Whisper of Durance. The slow from their Dustfield Grenade, the Shurikens, or the dodge is going to be lasting a little bit longer, so you have more of a window to capitalize on enemies that are slowed, and it also buffs your strength, which is not the biggest deal for getting your melee back because you do have Gambler's Dodge, but it is definitely nice as well. And then Whisper of Conduction here. So if you generate Stasis Shard while you kill someone with Whisper of Chains here, those shards are going to more easily track so you don't have to run towards you. And mostly the biggest thing is the stat bonuses on this fragment. Plus 10 resilience and plus 10 intellect. If you guys already have like a great build stat-wise, I would say this is probably not the most necessary fragment, but it is nice for the stats. If your build is good enough to where you don't really care about these stats, where is it? Whisper of Torment here. This is also a good one you could use instead. Because as you get shot, you get more grenade energy, so you get your Dustfield grenades even a little bit quicker if you have Whisper of Torment on. So in weapon-wise here, we're going to use something that's pretty accessible here, and I think really easy for new players to use. Obviously, Redrix's S-Stock has been dominating Trials this week, and this is the stock roll you get just by completing 7 games of comp, so literally anybody can get this roll, and it's really, really good. Lone Wolf, really easy to hit your shots with because it buffs your aim assist and your ADS speed. And Sword Logic is a nice damage boosting perk. You don't have to reload after a kill like Kill Clip. It's just like a super rampage. You get a kill and you get that super damage bonus. And then for our special weapon, we're going to use a fusion rifle here. You can, whatever fusion rifle you guys like the most. And if you don't really like fusion rifles, I guess you could use like a slug shotgun or a pellet shotgun too. I would stay away from snipers if you're a newer Trials player because it's very easy to sit in the back, just waiting for somebody to walk in your scope. And that may never happen. So there's a lot of fights where if you had just having a sniper, your teammates can just die around you. So you won't really get much value as easily with a sniper as you would with a fusion or a shotgun with, because you can more easily push with them. My personal favorite fusion rifle that I would recommend the most is Zealot's Reward. This is probably the easiest fusion rifle in the game to use because it's got great perks: under pressure closing time, buffing the range and accuracy of the fusion shot, and it also charges really fast. It's the rapid fire frame, so you can really easily swap to this in a panic situation and easily get your fusion shot off. And fusion rifles as well are really good at punishing players that are out of position. Fusion rifles can easily map people who are in the open, who are a little bit away from cover, that are like a little bit too close for your primary, but the fusion rifle is very, very valuable in those situations here. Heavy weapon doesn't really matter. I guess if you do pick up heavy, I guess Finality's Augur, I've seen a lot of that this weekend because you can just shoot the turret above the zone. But I think any good machine gun will get the job done, or grenade launcher or whatever. It's not a really big deal what your heavy weapon is. So I'm going to get straight into gameplay, guys. It'll be a live commentary. We'll do one game on each character, but we'll start with Hunter here. Alright, so we have a sniper and a bow, a sniper and a graviton lance, and a pulse and a scavenger's fate. Alright. So we have two titans on my team. Okay. So if we play around the objective, we'll definitely have a better chance of winning because we do have 2 titans and they have 3 hunters. So we can definitely use those barricades to our advantage. Let's take this high ground here with our pulse. Let's Dustfield that corner there. We got to slow. Using the radar to look at the left there. Always try to see if there's someone split off, guys. That's like one of the most important things that I want you guys to get from this video is it's always easier to kill someone who's by themselves than who's starting team shot with their teammates. Teammate got a nice kill there. It's just his bow. Perfect. But yes, when you're sitting up here as well, or sitting down here as well, you can get pings from all the way over there or all the way on the right. So if you see, like, if you guys are just poking mid, and try fighting the other 2 guys, if you see someone split, if you're playing in a team, try to call out that someone's going to wrap left or wrapping right, and that way you can easily look and team shot the guy. Because usually if they're flanking, they're not going to expect to be instantly team shot down like that. So try to take advantage of that opportunity. Let's keep our fusion out. Man, I'm not hitting the fusions today. If I'd hit that fusion, we would have won that round, I think. Good shots from his grab lance. But yeah, definitely look for splits. I'm going to try to push outside here with our team. He may get sniped. The one problem with pushing outside is that, especially if you're on this side over here, there's not really much space to work with in terms of pushing. So you can easily get pinched or solely kind of surrounded if you're in that backspace. That guy's not a fan, I guess. So, let's go inside here again. Next time that point comes up, I'll push through mid, like inside, and I'll show you guys how that actually should work out there. Oh, wait, a free kill. I kind of missed a burst there. This guy's got some good shots. He's got him weak, though. Or got him weak. He's gonna jump up. And if it's dim, like, there's definitely a difference in elevation in terms of the radar, so if he's, like, in that situation, I could tell, like, he was right below me. There's a machine gun down. So now that we know the outside isn't really going to work against these guys, let's push through mid and see if we can get a good angle on them. See, someone just walks into the scope there for free. Like, look how much space we have on the map when one of us at least pushes through mid, or inside. He's crouched, and now that's 3v1 here. We don't even really need to capture zone. We don't need to push him because the longer he runs around in the back there, the more super energy we get. And because we have that fast charging super, that's going to be more to our benefit. So we don't even really need to push him. He can walk into us, and that'll be that. Perfect. So we'll get some extra super energy. Gotta get my fusion shots a little up there. Let's see. Let's keep running across, get over the cap. You know, let's dust field this cross here. Break the crystal for our ability regen. There's one guy on the bottom left, because you can see with the ping. So let's not push up too aggressively. That guy's one shot. Let's chow on those res here. Let's pull our fusion out. This guy on the left might be a split. Let's just walk forward. Keep our fusion out. I gotta stay alive here. Yeah, I can't take too much damage. Or that'll make it too difficult to push. We got a good angle on that guy, and we get sniped through flinch. That's really unfortunate. Our teammate got the res though, so it's a 2v1. Good damage from both of them. Let's grab this good res from our teammate there. Let's just cap the zone again. The longer he's like stays messing around back there, the more super energy we get. So I'm not even really capped, so we get more time to get some super energy here. We are getting really close to a silence and squall. A little bit unfortunate that we got sniped there, but sometimes you can shoot him like a million times and they'll still headshot you. So nothing you can really do about that there. So let's push inside again. And watch for the sniper. He still has ammo. You heard the shot though, so now he doesn't. So now we can be a little bit more aggressive when we peek because he can't just one-shot you with the sniper. One's weak on the bottom. We should wait till our health comes back before we peek again. Let's get rid of wait for the smoke to go out. And the zone comes up a little bit slower due to the trial change. Let's throw a dust field grenade on the zone, just be annoying. Break the crystal as well. Let's pull our fusion out for this guy who's pushing. Let's see if we can push this guy's split. Our teammate got a nice kill, so let's push over to the zone. Nice, good teams. Teammate got sniped and to jump back up for his res. Because he wasted his sniper on our teammate, we know we can peek a little bit more confidently right there. And now we have our super, so let's capture the zone here. And then we can push aggressively with our super while they don't have their supers on the enemy team. It's actually working out pretty well. It's a nice close match. And look at our dust field grenade, guys. It's almost back up. We threw it at the end of the round there, and we already have it back up. So if they push the zone or we can need to hold down a res, we do have the dust field grenade very, very soon here. He missed his sniper shot. That's huge. Honestly, I got really lucky. I shouldn't have pushed that without wasting a shot. Let's throw our dust field grenade. And it's also a really strong deterrent, so now that he's backed up, we can take some more space here. There's this guy who's out here split by himself. I'm just going to solo super him. He peeks. Oh no, now that he's back with his team, let's run back. And now this guy on the bridge is split, so let's get an angle here. Or not miss our jump. But yeah, the idea is also always going to be isolating who's by themselves. So let's just jump up here and super this guy. Free kill. Nice. So now our teammate, we can work this 3v2. We almost have another dust field grenade. Let's play on this left here, this left corner here. He missed his sniper shot. Let's back up. We don't need to take too much damage and die, so let's just take our time. We have a dust field grenade. I'm just going to throw it on the zone, actually, so we get more frost armor. So we have that extra damage resist. So now that we have sword logic here, we can have the extra damage boost. Let's cap the zone here. And perfect, we get the win. So yeah, that dust field grenade has extra utility there. We get a nice adept drop, but it's not very good. But yeah, that dust field grenade has added utility. On that last engagement there, you can just throw it on the zone, and your teammates will take less damage because you get that frost armor. So, good match, and we'll move on to the next character. Alright, guys, so now we are on our Warlock here. In the spirit of the beginner's guide, we're going to use a really strong exotic weapon that isn't really used much anymore, but it had a lot of play back in the day. The Stag. So what this is going to do is it's going to give us extra damage resist while we're sitting in our rift. And it's going to grant rift energy when we're critically wounded. So as we take damage on our rift, we're just going to get more and more rifts. And if we die, we create another healing rift. And all these healing rifts have that damage reduction. So if you're sitting in a healing rift, you're really, really difficult to kill. This can be really, really strong. You can hold down lots of angles and hotspots on the map just because you have that extra healing and damage resist. So obviously 100 recoveries to get our rift back the fastest and just to get our health back as quickly as possible. Moving on to the subclass here, Well of Radiance, because it's the fastest charging super, and you can just throw it on the zone. Now it is a little bit, I wouldn't say it's super difficult to get value off the super now, but keep in mind that the zone comes up a little bit later than it does now, and it takes a little bit longer to capture. So you might need to wait a little bit to run to the zone and put the well. You can't just run to the zone straight at the start of the round and put the Well of Radiance. It's a free win because it take longer for that zone to come up, but it's still a really strong super, and it comes. Its cooldown is the fastest, so really, really strong super there. Obviously, Healing Rift is going to be the main focus of this build because when you're sitting in the Healing Rift, you have increased damage reduction, and you're just going to get your health back continuously as you're sitting in. So really, really strong. Melee, personal preference. I think most people are more comfortable with Incinerator Snap, so we're going to use Incinerator Snap in this gameplay here. Both these melees are strong. Again, I just want to push that this is personal preference here, melee-wise. Grenade-wise, you can go one of two routes. I think that Firebolt grenades you'll get more value out of than healing grenades. Either one of those two are really strong, and we're going to be pairing those with Touch of Flame. So specifically when we pair the Firebolt grenade with Touch of Flame, it can tag more people, and the range at which the Firebolts can tag are significantly longer. So it's very, very easy to get tags and damage with the Firebolt grenade. And if you hit someone with the Firebolt grenade, it does scorch them for a while. And so that's where Ember of Ashes comes in, where it scorches them longer and applies more scorch stacks. So you can throw this grenade in their general direction. If it's in line of sight of an enemy in their radius, it will tag them for like 60 or 70 damage, and it'll burn them continuously until the scorch runs out. So you can really, really easily stop pushes and get really good chip damage just by throwing this around the wall, and it has a really fast cooldown. So it's very easy to get value off the Firebolt grenade because it's also a really strong deterrent from people pushing. Because if you get hit with a Firebolt grenade, you know your health is not coming back for a while because you're going to be scorched for a bit. So I think Firebolt grenade is really strong. You could also go Healing Grenade. Healing Grenade is really good to stay alive. And it would work well with one of the fragments we're using, Ember of Benevolence, where if you apply that restoration to allies or cure, your abilities are going to come back even faster. So either of these grenades, whichever one you like more, both of them are really strong. But we're going to go with Firebolt Grenade here today. So yeah, Touch of Flame, obviously first aspect, and then Icarus Dash is just nice for movement. Honestly, you may not even need Icarus Dash. You could even use Hellion for a little bit more damage, because a lot of time, guys, we're just going to be sitting in the Healing Rift, being annoying, so you could even add that extra bit of damage and that extra Scorch. So, but I think most people are going to want to use Icarus Dash, so we're just going to use Icarus Dash in today's gameplay here. So, we're going to use Ember of Char just to give us 10 Discipline, making it easier to get our stats. Ember of Benevolence, really, really important, because when your teammates touch your Healing Rift, or if you're using Healing Grenade, you heal them with your Healing Grenade, your melee, and your class ability are all going to come back significantly faster, so you can keep looping these abilities over and over. And then we have Ember of Searing here, where if we defeat scorched targets, we're going to get melee energy and create a fire sprite. That's going to be really good because we're going to be scorching a lot of people very easily with our Firebolt Grenade here today and our Incinerator Snap. So really nice to generate a fire sprite right there. And we also get +10 recovery, and of course, Ember of Ashes, so we scorch people a little bit longer. And we're going to use the same weapons as we did on the Hunter. Redrix's S-Stock, great roll because you can get it for free. And great stats, great pulse. And then obviously, like, we're going to use the Fusion Rifle because it's the easiest to capitalize on. Heavy weapon doesn't really matter too much. We're just going to use a Hammerhead here because it matches the element of Zealots, so we can use a matching Void mods here. But yeah, let's get straight into the gameplay, and I'll see you right there. Alright, guys. Now, the Warlock here is going to play a lot differently than how the Hunter did. The Warlock is mostly going to be stationary, and not completely stationary, but we're going to be setting up in a couple key hotspots around the map and trying to take advantage of the Healing Rift here and the Stag. So, not going to be quite as flashy, I'd say, as the Hunter, but it definitely gets results. This build is going to be really strong, and it's very easy to get value off of here. So, let's start off by moving towards the zone, because that's where we're going to want to hold. And you know what? Let's set up on this bottom area here. Let's just drop the Healing Rift. So now, when they peak, we have all that damage resist. We get some more Rift energy back. As I died to throw my grenade. I thought I was out of the way, but I guess I wasn't. Nice kill from our teammate there. We get our res. And let's look up top where this guy's split. That guy's really weak. We'll take that. His pulse is very strong, obviously. And because we're crouched right here, we weren't going to be on radar. Crouching is very, very important as we play, because you can really get the first shot on people a lot easier. So if you know that they haven't seen you on the radar because you're crouched, you can always peek a little bit more aggressively because you can get that first shot off. Got lucky we didn't get sniped there, but that's okay. That's good for us. Let's hold this top area here. We almost have a healing. Just throw a Firebolt Grenade down. That'd be annoying. Didn't quite get a tag, but it did make him back up. Let's get around here. Try to help our teammate. And let's post up here on this wall. Maybe he'll peek while we have this Healing Rift Overshield. Or not. But again, we can just sit in this Healing Rift. Can't really do much. Because his health is not coming back, but ours is. And look how much Healing Rift energy we just got. Because he broke our shields, we already got more than half our Rift back. So, really, really strong. Kind of embarrassing we died to that Firebolt Grenade out. Or not the Firebolt, but the Thermite Grenade off the start. But it's looking good here. We almost have a Healing Rift. We're getting close. So let's not peek too aggressive. Let's throw a Firebolt here to get him off the bridge. And now we can peek a little bit more aggressively right here. Now that we have this bridge control. And so now that they're kind of boxed in this little hallway here, they don't really have as many options to push. Let's just drop a Healing Rift and just sit on this bridge so they can't really push us. Our teammate is in a 1v1, but we can't really help him right now because we don't want to get pushed by the other two. We're not really pushing the bridge, but we can just keep holding. It's okay. Oh, peeked a little bit too aggressively there. You can still get team shotted pretty easily, but because we died, we also dropped an additional Healing Rift, so this may help us get out from our death there. Let's throw a Firebolt, and that'll tag him for easy damage. Yep, perfect. Couple of bad deaths, but again, like, you don't even really need to be doing a whole lot to get a lot of value out of the stag. Because look, now we have we placed like 2 healing rifts the last round, and now we have another healing rift for this round here. So let's just drop a healing rift on this top bridge area here. And so if they push, this guy under here is split, but he's got a fusion, so he shouldn't be too aggressive in terms of pushing him. They have a machine gun from outside. Teammate gets a nice kill. Let's just throw a fireball grenade in there, why not? And it tags one, so one's burning pretty hard, so he's not going to want to push for a little bit. Just heard his shields break. And again, we should crouch so they don't know exactly where we are at all times. Let's hold this left here. We gotta watch out for the guy with the heavy. Let's just keep crouching here. He might push a little aggressively now that he got the first kill. Let's back up now that he has got that. We can isolate this guy outside. Should back up, actually. We didn't expect him to be invisible up there. But now we can just get our super energy. This guy's got heavy, the Titan, so should be too aggressive when chasing him. Get the 1. They might not cap in time. Let's push up with our fusion. Got him really weak. Let's see if we can challenge his zone real quick. Oh, not quite fast enough. But we did get a lot of super energy right there, so pretty good. Unfortunately, we lost the round, but can't always win the rounds. Even those rounds you lose, though, you can still get some good value. Like that. Just throw a firebolt right there. We got a tag, so that guy's not gonna push for a little bit. And let's just walk up and put this healing rift here, guys. We don't gotta push. We can just sit in this healing rift. They might walk up in the left here, but let's just play closer to the zone. This guy outside is going to push us, and we have that full overshield. Almost had a free kill right there. Our rift's going to be out in a second. So now we don't have our healing rift. Let's be a little bit more cautious with the way we take our gunfights here. Good shots. Let's back up now. Now that they have the invis and stuff, let's play closer to the zone a little bit back here. Yep, let's back up. A bit of scroll wheel skating. One of them leaves. It's kind of unfortunate, honestly, for the gameplay, but... And look, we already have our Well of Radiance. It is 4-1, so... we can just put that on the zone. I will say I haven't gotten a lot of benefit from Ember of Benevolence, but again, if you are playing in like a 2 or 3 stack where you have some communication, you can always tell your teammate to come to your rift and touch it, so you get the Benevolence cooldown increase. So like right here, I might just plop it down right on this rally barricade, and so now we have the rally barricade and the healing rift, so we're gonna be really tough to kill. Good. Let's just throw a fireball grenade out there. Why not? Tags one perfectly. So you didn't even know where he was, but it just tagged and killed him. Let's keep our fusion out. Perfect. Nice little win. We didn't even need to use our Well of Radiance there. We get an Exalted Truth. That's not very good, as usual. But what are you gonna do? But another solid match there for our beginner build there. Let's go to our Titan finally. Hello everybody. So now we're on our Titan here. So our main focus of this build is going to be Precious Scars. And what this does is it's going to give us restoration when we get a kill with a weapon matching our subclass super. So today we're going to use, obviously we're going to use our Redrix's S-Stock. And we're going to use that with Glacial Quake. So whenever we get a kill with our Pulse, we're going to get some super energy back. Or not super energy, health back. And the big important thing with this exotic is, especially in trials, after reviving or being revived, you gain an aura that provides overshields to you and your nearby allies. This overshield is really, really strong. And so much so that, honestly, if you die and someone reses you, and even if like 2 or 3 people are looking, it's very easy to escape, like getting a res farmed with this thing. And it's really easy to push after being revived or reviving somebody, because the health you gain is ginormous with that overshield. And it does last a while. I think it's like 8 to 10 seconds. So there's a big window where you can take advantage of this monstrous health increase from this helmet here. And again, like I said earlier, because we're using Redrix's S-Stock, which is Stasis, we're going to use Glacial Quake. So whenever we get a kill with our Pulse, we're going to get some restoration back. This is going to be a Prismatic Titan build that's basically Stasis Titan with a little bit of extra help. We're gonna use Shiver Strike because it's a good tool to get away from fights. It also slows, and it's a good way to a little bit to change up your gameplay and move a little bit faster. We're gonna use Glacier Grenade because it's basically a second barricade, so it's very easily, even if you don't have your big barricade, the towering barricade. Let's say you need to revive somebody, you can always just throw the Glacier Grenade up, get the res, and then you can take advantage of Precious Scars more easily with the Glacier Grenade. So this is very strong, especially in Trials when you're trying to work as a team. I think Glacier Grenade is the move here in this grenade column. Knockout, obviously, the most important aspect on Titan because it buffs your melee damage and your melee range, and it also gives you some health back after you get a kill with Knockout. And we're going to use Diamond Lance today. You can either use Diamond Lance or Dranger's Lash, but I think Diamond Lance is going to work really well because we can generate it with our Pulse Rifle here. So if we get a kill with our Pulse Rifle, it'll generate a Diamond Lance, or if we defeat someone with abilities other than Knockout, it's going to make those Diamond Lances, which are essentially free kills if you can reach the Diamond Lance and pick them up because you get that instant freeze. Dranger's Lash, if you don't want to use Diamond Lance, is also a good option because when you put up your barricade, it's going to make that suspending burst, and it's pretty easy to catch people with the suspend from the barricade, so that's also a really strong option. Fragment-wise, we're just boosting stats here. 100 Resilience, the most important, because we want that barricade up as much as possible. Recovery, really nice because you want to be able to stay in the fight more often. And then 100 Intellect, because it's Trials and Supers are super important, so we're going to use 100 Intellect with Glacial Quake. Void and Stasis mods to work with our Regices and our Zealots. So yeah, let's just straight into the gameplay with the Titan here. Right. I'm really excited to use this build in Trials. This has always been one of my favorites, the Precious Scars build, because that revive is just so strong. Now, if you have multiple, if you just need 2 Precious Scars people on a team, and then anytime anybody gets rezzed, it'll activate the Overshield, which is kind of funny. So it is kind of fun to have multiple people using this, and then like whenever somebody's revived, it's like usually a free round because that Overshield is so strong. So let's go outside here and work our way around. Let's jump up. Maybe someone will peek the bridge, or someone's actually peeking the right here. Let's just keep holding. We don't need a chow. Just need to wait for the push. Teammates in mid. Let's walk up here. Don't want to die this sniper, so let's take our time. Let's wrap around with our teammate. We don't want to take 1v1s since we're all split off. That one's weak. Let's go back around our teammate. Shoot the grenade off the wall. Pull our fusion out. Oh, we got another lightning grenade. Let's keep our fusion out. This guy should challenge. Perfect, yep. See, whenever you're fighting that 2v3, always look to see if someone splits off, guys. Let's throw our Glacier Grenade there. Oh, we witherboarded this out. We can get some good tags. Let's touch the zone so we can reset it. Keep our fusion out. Perfect. That's really the power of the fusion is you can just hold it out and you're just such a threat. Especially with that fast charging Zealous Reward. You can always charge it up for a quick little blast on somebody who's not ready for it. We did get the res for the team at dinner. Let's just Shiver Strike across so we don't get hit by the sniper. Let's try to play near our teammates so if they do die, or I die, then we can res each other. Let's play near the zone here. Let's see if we can chow this guy on the top right. Alright, so now my objective is going to be how am I going to get to probably this teammate over here because he's split. I might have a 1v1 opportunity. If I go for this guy. And we're just going to barricade here. Let's just slide it in with the fusion. Perfect, let's get the res. And now let's run over the zone while we have this overshield. Look guys, we saw this overshield, very strong. He's super free, and we get a kill to refresh it. Perfect. So, I know it seemed kind of weird to go away from the zone, but right there. But I definitely thought we had a better opportunity going for the guy who was split outside, because I would have been more easily able to get that res. I don't think I would have been able to get the res for my teammate who was close to that zone that last round, because there were 2 people watching it. So I was going to go to the other side where there's only one person to deal with, so I had a better chance of getting that res. Got a nice little shot. Restoration helping us a little bit, get our health back a little faster. Let's take our time. We don't need to die here. Let's move over to our teammate so he doesn't die. Let's just put a barricade on zone here in a second. We don't have it. Never mind. I'm lying. I lied about the barricade, guys. Now let's just take our time and let's get this overshield. Our teammate is currently fighting this 1v1. So let's just get this overshield. And now that we have the overshield, we can just push more freely. And we can give it to our teammate here, who just survives another melee. And he's got it, because we have given him the overshield, so... Really, really strong here, guys. Really strong. Looking good so far. We are kind of close to a Transcendence here. This one nice thing about having a Darkness Primer is that the fusion, because it is light damage, build up that Transcendence meter. So teammate dies here. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go shield, then barrack, then Ice Crystal here, and we're gonna get this res. Oh, never mind. I lied. We didn't get the trade because we had knockout. I kind of forgot when you place the crystals near the barricade, they kind of break, so that was my bad there. But we still got the round because, again, if they push close to us, we do have knockout, so that's... Other enemy players are not going to want to be close to us because you have the fusion and we have knockout to deal with players who are pushing. This child's got the sniper. Let's take our time. This guy is isolated on the left, so let's challenge this guy. Let's pull our fusion up. Perfect. So now we don't have a lot of options here. So we don't have special ammo. This guy's split on the left. Let's challenge him. Oh, damn. You're not going to win all the clutch situations, but what you can do is increase the chance that you do win them every single time. So, trying to find those guys who are split off 1v1 definitely gives you a better chance in fighting all three of them at the same time. Let's jump across this bridge here and get around. And we'll work our way back towards our teammates. Oh, never mind. I kind of pushed in the wrong spot. I didn't realize our teammates were going outside, so let's go back outside. Let's pop Transcendence so we get our grenade and our melee back. Let's... Okay, this suspend grenade. Or someone is suspended, so we can just take our time. Now that our teammate is dead, we might have to work our way towards getting his res. Let's throw another suspend grenade down and Shiver Strike out of there. So while the suspended teammate can work on him, pull out our fusion. Perfect. Perfect. And let's just spam crystals here, and then you should be game. Oh, what the heck? Sorry about that. Yeah, I hope you guys saw the power of the overshield there. It definitely comes up big time in those clutch situations. Man, I cannot get a good roll of this, I swear. But, yeah, another great showing from our Precious Scars right there. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed me showing off all the three classes and like these beginner builds. I think that would work easily for a lot of people who are just starting trials or coming back to trials and don't really know what to use. I think these builds you should have some success with, especially in that solo queue or 3 stack environment where some of these builds are going to be better with communication and some are going to be better even if we don't have communication. But keep at it, guys. Trials is definitely a lot better after this this rework, and I hope you guys have some good luck in trials here, and I'll catch you guys next time.